All right, so now we're going to do an early look at all the SSR characters as I've now gotten all 9 of them on my account, some with dupes, so we will have to keep that in mind. This is not going to be a tier list video, but I will be talking about my overall thoughts on the units, all 9 of them, and then in about 2 days, maybe a day or two, I will be making a tier list, so stay tuned for that. After more playtesting, once we get them up to level 40 and we unlock the final thing. So all the units are going to have pretty much all they can have. Now, some units will be just stronger outright, as we got Choi Jong-In at 22k, and like we got, what, 19k, and then she's at 13k with gear, right? So I tried to give them as much gear as I could. I'm still in the process of getting as much, I think I'm going to call them accessories on the right, and then gear on the left. That's probably just for peace of mind, right? So some are built better than others, but that's not really going to be too much of a problem. So check the timestamps for all the units. I will be bringing them most of the time into either into encore dungeons, right? Or gates or battlefield of trials. One of those three are the ones that they're going to be trying in. So for example, I'm going to be, hold on, wrong tab. So Seo Jiwoo, Tae-Gyu, and also Lee Bora and Choi Jong-In will be in Encore. Then we've got also Hwang. I could show an Encore. He's gonna be a bit in both that and also Gates. She's gonna be in well, like I said, she's gonna be in Gates though because she's more of a grinder. And Byung-Gu is gonna be everywhere because he is the supporter. Now, out of all of them, this was my first like DPS or person who could actually do damage as an SSR, and he's now my least favorite, unfortunately. But we're gonna have fun with all of them. The one unit I do not have much experience with is Jinchul, so my opinions on him will be rather kind of just. I'm just gonna state what I know and then not really gonna go too much into it until the tier list, but we will have fun using him. Now, I'm gonna start with Choi Jong-In. Well, how I'm going to do it is I'm going to explain every kit that go into gameplay, but Byung-Gu will always be there lurking as he heals, increases our damage reduction, and increases our damage. So increases the amount we tank and the amount we do, and he heals us. So that's all you need to know for now. But Choi Jong-In, the GOAT, okay? This guy, especially at 1 dupe, is amazing. For people who like Choi, I would recommend getting him to 1 dupe. Without that 1 dupe, he is at least a bit worse. Okay, I definitely think that his damage becomes a lot better and he becomes a clear option instead of Emma because there's 2 fire DPSs for the most part, right? And I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, Emma or Choi, which one's better? Do I want Choi? Do I want to dupe him? If you get his 1 dupe, I would say he becomes very worth it, especially because you get his weapon for free, which gives him a bunch of attack, increases his attack here, and also decreases enemy defense when he burns. So for this, we're going to start with the passive. We're always going to start with the passive, and then we're going to go on from there. Now, skill 1, or well, passive. Choi Jong-In cannot crit, so outright do not give him any crit. But his attack increases by 40%. So it's hard to tell if it means just outright like this. I don't think the 40% is built in from the beginning. I think it's only in battle, but correct me if I'm wrong there. Now, when he uses his ult, he applies the ultimate hunter effect. It resets his skill cooldowns, his 2 basic skill cooldowns, and increases his attack and defense by attack and defense penetration. I didn't know it was defense pen by 12% for 15 seconds. Okay, now with the dupe, it's so crazy. The damage of Rain of Flames, one of the skills, increases 3-fold during the duration of Ultimate Hunter, and the skill is changed to Mega Crater. So it is a whole different skill that we're going to see in game with different animations. So the dupes aren't just like kit. It does change the kit quite drastically, and new animations is kind of crazy when it's locked behind the dupe. And it's not that crazy animations, but it's still something. So it's a very, very good passive, right? For a dupe 1. Now, this ultimate hunter effect is really good because what you could do is you usually would spam the Q and the E, which is the skill keybinds, then you re-Q and E, and it makes for a lot of damage. So skill 1 just does fire damage. Now the core, which is when the full normal attack, the gauge fills up, it is going to be doing 6 to 17, which is pretty good damage. It's good enough. It also burns, and then it inflicts airborne. Okay, now his burn is 50% of the user's attack. This amount is pretty decent. I mean, the burn damage is every 3 seconds, so, you know, we do definitely take this. It's a total of what? 250%. So it's there, right? It is there. It's for sure there. Mainly the airborne is definitely really good because you're able to apply this one. No. Sorry, it doesn't really combo into much else, if anything. But anyway, it's a decent core. Now, going into this, This is the Rain of Flames, which is what triples in damage with the dupe 1. And this already does 1723. So just looking at other things, like Tae-Gyu's does like 1490 here. If there's any other DPS, like what? So this does a total of 2100, this 1880. So like it's okay without everything, but it does apply airborne, so it's pretty good. Now this one does the exact same percentage, unless I'm tripping. Yes, exact same percentage. And this is basically, if we check it out, oh yeah, we could do this. So this is gonna go straight forward, where this is just like a ball, right? So single target, he is actually very good. I think this guy, in my opinion, is probably second best single target damage in the game. But because we have his weapon, he's a lot better to run at the moment for sure, right? Now his support is going to knock down, and then when it does hit, it burns the target and applies the defense decrease by 15%. So that's good. Now the dragon is when he's switching in, does 1008% core attack and ultimate. So when you either use the core or the ult, you're able to use this. I'm pretty sure, right, this is when you're switching in, right? Am I not? I need to see. Yeah, okay, it is. I just have to like kind of make sure. So it's also going to apply burn and defense decrease by 15%. So, you know, there we go. Both QTEs apply it, or no, the support and the QTE applies it. Then the ult just does 2500, which is low, but it's because of the fact that it resets both of this. So you got to consider it's 2500 plus a total of 3400. And if you have this max dupe, it's 2500 plus 5100 plus 1700 total for the total amount of damage this ult is doing because of his passive. So it's very strong, applies the airborne, so it's a lot of airborne. So this guy, very good. And for Fire, I'd say single target way better than Emma, but Emma has her own perks, so, you know, all things to consider. But no, I'm very much enjoying playing with Choi Jong-In, my favorite unit at the moment, alongside Byung-Gu, which we're going to talk about right after, but I think it's time to go into some gameplay. So I want to just make it known that, well, obviously this is not exactly difficult, but we are going to show it because of the fact that, I mean, obviously it's going to be very good to show Choi here. So for the most part, I'm probably going to just run this. So we're going to have our healer just to make sure we're good. And then Byung-Gu. Now, a third slot is only going to be there if it's going to help us with damage. So for example, Tae-Gyu is also going to be supported by, I forgot her name, Bora, if I don't think I'm mistaken, right? So she also applies burns, but right now we're just gonna, since it's an easy battle, we're gonna only do 2. But for other ones, we're probably gonna do 3. But Choi could basically solo this. So, I mean, there we go. Just those 2, right? We look at it, the power requirement was 51,000, and we're at 54,000 with only 2 units. So we are way over leveled, but it's mainly because we have the type advantage. So like we're going to show them mainly in type advantage if possible, and I hope that's good for you guys. I will do more dedicated showcases, more so on global launch or closer. So we're just going to go for this, but we're going to get our shadows in, and then we switch in. So that is the switch in, and the arrow, as you can see, does pretty good stuff, right? Now we're actually attacking. So he has the defense decreases, as we can see on the debuffs from Choi. Both the swap in and also because of the QTE that we did use, if I remember correctly. So the defense decreases do stack. So now we got this, which is going to increase our damage at least a bit, if I remember correctly. We're going to re-look at that. So now we use the E, we use the Q, and then we ult. Okay. There we go. So 50k. And you can see here, that is also... Okay, just a pause. What we just did, okay, the Q that we just did, the big crater, was the buffed version because of the dupes. Because of the dupes, it did as much as the ultimate. Just keep that in mind. So it's like we have 2 ultimate damages in there. So that's basically why it's actually very strong, okay? It's been a while since I fought this boss, like a good day. And I mean, hey, in a day, I play a lot. So yeah, we're basically just going to very easily clear this. But his single target damage is super duper strong, okay? Especially if you have Byung-Gu. I mean, it lets him do pretty good, right? Byung-Gu is just... He's my GOAT, right? He is my GOAT. His single target damage is also very good. So now... Okay, it's fine. We're going to be fine. So we're going to Q. Okay. We're going to E. And we're not going to finish this. Because I don't need the rewards from this, so there's no reason for me to finish. But that's basically Choi Jong-In. He is very good in single target. Now for AoE too, like we could definitely look at that a bit. But overall though, I'm going to give him a more dedicated video looking more as a whole and in other game modes. But for single target, that's mainly his forte, as we saw, like the amount of skills he gets in like the span of 10 seconds. You Q, you E, you alt, you re-Q, and you re-E. It's very, very strong, right? Especially with this. I think I talked about it at the beginning, but it does lower their defense with the 7% for 5 seconds and also burns. So, and also gives the attack increase. So, very good. Choi, amazing. Now let's go on to my GOAT, Byung-Gu. So this guy, I don't know why he's already here, because in the manhwa, obviously, he was mainly there, mainly first shown in the Jeju Island arc, or right before, I guess. But he's already here. So, I mean, I'm fine with that, because I really did like his character, even if, I mean, like, we didn't see him too much overall, though, but he is very cool. And what is he? He is a healer. I mean, obviously it makes sense. He is an S rank healer, and his offenses are still A rank. So I mean, that was my favorite part about him, where he was an S rank healer, but he was still able to fend for himself, which was so cool. So I gave him this one because I mean I maxed it out. It increases our HP by 10%. But low key, it might just be better to give him this once I level this one up. It does seem to be the case, for sure. But for now, we are gonna still run this one. But this one, like at level 20, already has a bit more HP, but the 10% is allowing us to technically get more from the rare book. So just keep that in mind. Now, passive. All right, so when tagging in or using Divine Punishment, which is Divine Punishment, which one? Okay, which is the QTE skill. So when you tag in or when you use the tagging in skill, essentially, you apply Disguise. And Disguise decreases damage taken by 50%. So it's going to be for you, right, when you tag in. Enhances specific skills effects when hit, removes Disguise. All right. Now, all team members' critical hit rate and crit hit damage increased by 8%, increase to 12%. So I think 8% for crit rate and 12% for crit damage for light team members. So we will be using him with Baek Yoonho. And it does make sense why they're both light and why he supports him like that. Because, you know, Baek is, they're friends, right? So, like, that's basically it. So, yeah, that's basically, I mean, it gives him damage reduction. It is pretty good, especially because he has a lot of HP, because he builds off of HP. This damage reduction is actually quite strong, even for 10 seconds, like, very nice. So, just light damage here, and then here it's going to put knockdown, and then when Disguise, the user's damage is increased by 50%. It's nothing too crazy. You're not really expecting Byung-Gu to do damage, but everything is based off his HP. So, that is honestly, I would say, a positive, in my opinion, for it to be based off HP, especially for supports. I've already talked about this, but I love me some supports with HP as scaling. Now, getting into his skills, okay, this one is going to be healing. So, does some damage, okay, nothing too crazy. Now, it takes 150 MP, 8 cooldown, which is very good. Like, the cooldown, 8 and 12 is pretty nice. So, deals light damage, and when the last attack in the combo hits, it knocks down the target. When the skill is used, the entire team recovers HP equal to 0.55% of Min Byung-Gu's max HP every second for 10 seconds. And when the user is disguised, the recovery rate increases by 100%. The recovery rate, I'm going to guess, is this. So it's going to be 1% of his HP for 10 seconds. So 1% of his HP is what, about like, I think like 70 or up to 100. So it's going to heal a good 1,000 HP on this. Now, why that's fine is also because, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure his ult heals, but let me just continue on. I'm pretty sure, though. So this one is going to be applying punishment on the enemy. And when the user is disguised, it's going to be increasing the punishment damage. So punishment is this little debuff right here. It increases the damage taken by enemies by 5%. And if Byung-Gu is disguised, which remember, 10 seconds after swapping in, he is disguised for the first 10 seconds. So this is going to be increasing it to 15% increased damage when you're using the skill in the first 10 seconds Byung-Gu is in, okay? Now, his support skill, which is when he comes in, is going to be... Hold on, is this the support skill? Hold on. Okay, this is when he tags in, unless I'm tripping. So this one is going to be when the user uses this skill, it applies the HP continuous recovery effect that recovers HP equal to 1% of their max HP every second for 10 seconds to the entire team. So the entire team is crazy. And when the skill hits, knocks down the enemy. And then when the skill hits, applies the punishment effect, another 15%. Very good. Just tag in and you make him take extra damage. You swap in, right? You do your E, you do your Q, you ult if you need, you swap out, and the damage is going to be there for 20 seconds. Okay, very good. Now, the QTE skill is just going to be increasing his gauge by 5%. So it's honestly pretty good. Now, his ult is, I mean, bro, I like it a lot. So, it does a bit of damage, barely anything. Oh, when I click, it's what? Okay, so let me stop clicking. Oh, but I have to click it. Okay, anyway. So, he applies Heavenly Blessing to the entire team. And when the user is disguised, applies the crit hit damage increase. So Heavenly Blessing is going to be increasing everyone's damage by 12% and crit hit rate by 12%. Then, when he has Disguise, so in the first 10 seconds of him swapping in, remember, okay, he is going to be increasing what is it? The user's critical hit damage increases equal to 40% of the amount that exceeds Min Byung-Gu's basic crit hit damage. So I don't know why it says the amount that exceeds Min Byung-Gu's. So it's going to be 40% of the amount that Min Byung-Gu has. I guess the wording is a bit wonky, but it does seem to be based off of Min Byung-Gu's crit damage. So you do want to build him with crit damage. At least a bit. It would not be a bad idea, which is an interesting type of build. If I remember correctly, someone in Star Rail has that type of thing. Is it Bronya? I think Bronya has that type of thing. But yeah, so it's going to be increasing crit. It's going to be increasing your damage, crit rate, and also crit damage, depending on Min Byung-Gu. So not a bad idea to build him with crit damage, but this guy is going to be looking pretty good for that stuff, right? So yeah, this is basically his kit. It is very interesting, but basically he's going to be applying a bunch of damage increase debuffs to the enemies whenever he attacks with most of his skills. After he swaps in, he's going to be healing 1% of HP twice and increasing the damage that we do. So he's a very good healer, and I'm very happy that he's in the game. And if Cha-Hain or Gogo and he are light, then especially because I have him duped out, it's going to be even crazier. So we're going to use him with Baek, right? So Baek is going to be there, but we're going to also use Choi since we've already shown Choi off. So the team is going to be Choi, Min, and then also Baek. But I should probably, yeah, I'm going to put the defensive one because he is built off of defense. But don't you worry, just turn off your brain. I'm just going to have him here because of that, because, well, he's light, and then this guy supports light, and also because he gives crit rate, and also this guy does like crit. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to use Choi too much, honestly. We could just take him out. So it's going to be mainly these two, just swapping each other in. And so, I mean, it's going to serve a bit into Baek Yoonho, but obviously if you want to see what exactly Baek does, then we're going to look at that together later. I think that's the best way, because obviously I can't exactly use a healer alone, right? So here we go. Now we're gonna start off E, Q. Okay, that's usually how I go about it. Honestly, it's probably better if you start off, like, just thinking of how it works. Because of everything, it's better if you start off with the DPS, then you swap in to Byung-Gu, right? Because of everything. So Baek, one of his main things though that I will say is that he is breaking guard, so it's going to be pretty good for one with guard. So we use E, we use Q. You see the disguise, the one with the 3 swords is what he's applying. So we do all of that, and we go back into Baek, and he's going to do pretty good damage, basically going to break the guard. Oh, okay, well, I was stunned. Unfortunate, we got very unlucky there. So we have the buffs, but we're going to just have to kind of live with it. We're going to wait to use the ult, I guess. I mean, there's not really a point. So he's at 40, 30, and we can see when we use the Q, it's the ability, and it's going to be, it's not the moving one, but Baek Yoonho, he is healing. You can see him healing, and here we go. So we've broken it, and I mean, we're going to re-go into him just to reapply disguise. So we see that there is disguise. Okay, we're going to go back in, and we're going to ult. Okay, so we ult. Should do pretty good damage. 61k is not bad at all. But yeah, honestly, I mean, I'd be fine with killing this one, because it doesn't, yeah, no, actually this would be good to kill. So I have to do this either way. So now we're going to just kind of do a bit with Baek. We could go into Byung-Gu since it is his thing. So this is his E. It moves. That's basically it. And you can see it applies the punishment, right? It shows the debuff. And so there we go. We'll apply Z, tag in, and we'll be able to, the arachnid hit. That's why it kind of is up here. So we are healing what? How much every second? 101. Which, considering how much HP we have, it is very good. We swap back in. We apply the punishment. Okay. We're going to finish it off with the ultimate. Oh. There we go. And let's finish it off with Byung-Gu just because. There we go. So that's Min Byung-Gu. The GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT. I would probably need screenshots of all of these. Not going to lie. I might have to take them from this. But did we get anything good? Additional defense on an attack piece. I mean, is that the one that... I'm not too sure. And this one is an additional attack on basic attack. I don't really like a basic attack one. I don't like that basic attack set, but if I need to just run an off piece, maybe. Is this Igris's gear? No, I don't think that is, but it looks cool. The gear is nice, right? So that's it for Min Byung-Gu. I mean, we're just going to go down the list. Hopefully I do all 9. If I forget anyone, that's going to be... It's going to be embarrassing. That is going to be embarrassing. So if it wants to load, please. So we're going to showcase Tae-Gyu. I started off by hating him, but now, oh my god, do I actually love him. So he is one of the best single target units. And honestly, just for attack purposes, like, yeah, we're gonna have fun with this. So we're going to put this on Tae-Gyu. And that's going to be a lot better. So this one, we're just going to give to attack DPSs. But obviously, for example, she's off defense. He's off defense. She's off HP. He's off defense. He's off defense. She's off attack. So she's the only other one we're going to be able to do that with. So it's 3 attack, 3 HP, and 3 defense. That's actually quite interesting. I just realized that. So Lim Tae-Gyu, amazing single target unit. Horrible for grinding in my opinion. So this guy, honestly, I would say just because of how like he's number 1 for single target and like number 9, fucking number 20 for like grinding, he kind of balances out to probably like a good A rank. But I just want to 8th tier, so we'll just talk about that in another video. But anyway, we'll talk about this. This is the one part that I don't really get. There's certain parts I don't know, but all I know is that you use ult and you do big damage, right? So when airborne burst is used, which is that? Airborne burst. Okay, QTE skill. Okay, when the QTE skill is used, okay, applies the magic boost effect, which fires 3 magic arrows. When the user's basic attack hits, fires 2 magic arrows. Okay, damage deal. Okay, so when the skill hits, so okay, so whenever he uses one of his skills, it fires 3 magic arrows, and when he uses basic attack, it fires 2 magic arrows and deals 50% of the user's attack per arrow. Okay, so that's actually quite good. It's a bunch of extra damage, right, for 15 seconds. Okay. Increases the damage of core attack, Typhoon Fire, quick attack, Typhoon Fire by 15%. This is a pretty good effect. I mean, it's going to increase his damage, just extra damage over time. Personally, I don't think I have him in field for long because it's mainly using his skills, attacking, and then just tagging out because I'd rather use normals on other people. But it's not that bad, right? Not that bad. So this just does dark. This does dark, but it also does break, but it's only light break, so it's not really that crazy. So just a note, there's different levels of break. So for example, he doesn't do break, my bad. So we got break, which is normal, but there's break. So, okay, so he just does break, right? He does break. He has, oh no, my bad. Let me rephrase that. So this means break for the guard. So like whenever a boss has a shield, it's going to slowly break that shield or that armor, right? Now here it says deals break light, and then we could see break light. And this would be break medium, and then there's break heavy on him, I think. Break heavy. So things to note, okay? Now, this is going to be break light, and this is break heavy, so there you go. Now, this is a charge shot, so it actually is one that's really bad for grinding, just being still, especially for the ones where you have to not, oh, well, I guess it doesn't count for story, but for the side stories, I guess, for the side chapters, if you don't want to get hit, being just stuck in place for so long is really bad. So essentially, you just cannot use that skill, so you're relegated to only using half of his kit for the side chapters, but it's not really a problem against bosses, but it could be in some cases if you want to clear the mission where you don't, where like you have to take less than a certain amount of times of damage, right? So like clear without being hit more than 21 times, that type of mission, right? So this one kind of sucks for that, but the damage is pretty decent, plus it breaks heavy, so that is nice. Now this one you could use twice. And when the skill you use activates the user's core attack, so this one's also going to be used for extra break, which is pretty cool. So we could check it out right now. So it's going to do break like that, and then afterwards it seems to use the core attack, I guess. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? It is pretty cool. So those are the skills. Now this is the support skill when he tags in. It's going to be giving magic boost effect to all allies while also breaking. So giving everyone's core attack damage increased by 15%. I would have rathered if there was normal attack than core attack, because core attack, it's a one-time thing, but not that bad. Now this QT skill is going to be breaking light and doing decent damage. Like the damage percentage on this is pretty good. This is a bit low, I guess, comparing it to like Choi's, but Choi, it's because his ult damage is lower, but then his skill damage is higher, where his skill damage is a bit lower, but then his ult damage is fucking stupid. Okay, so it does a bit of damage on this, but how it really works is because of the sniper mode he's put in. So it puts him into the sniper mode, okay? And this sniper mode is going to be doing 8 hits of 1225. And if we do the math, that's what, 10,000%? 10,000? Like, hello? The damage you're doing on this is the highest in the game by far, okay? If we're just comparing to, for him, 4,000, okay? 2,000. 3,400. 2,500 as a DPS, but then you got to consider there's also this damage. But you count this, 2,500, and with a dupe, and 5,100, so 75. And then you're doing about like 9,200%. 9,200%, about. And he's just doing outright 10,000 with just this. So what it does, so you use the ult, cool. I don't know, you can actually see the screenshots here. And then bop, bop, bop. He does that 8 times, right? And that's basically all it's going to be. It is a super strong effect. Okay, so it's a super strong effect, and I would say it's going to be very good. So let's go in, let's use him. We're going to use him with Bora because she does increase the damage of dark allies. by 10% when they're in the circle. So we're gonna use it with Lee Bora, but she's just gonna be there as a support. We're gonna use her as a damage dealer later on. So let's go into it. So for him, we're not gonna go in Gates. Gates is honestly probably one of his worst things by far. If we go into Encore, sorry, it took me a second. We're going to go into the Snake. We are not going to claim, but he is type advantage in this. So as usual, we're going to have Byung-Gu, my GOAT, and we're going to have it like this. So because of how Byung-Gu wants to be second, we're going to do it like this, bop, and then bop. That's how it's going to be. Actually, no. There we go. All right, so let's go in. We're a lot higher. He's at 21,000. We'll be good to go. Bora is going to be kind of under leveled. It's fine. She's just going to be there to support when she uses her Q, I believe. So this one we have to dodge right away. If we don't dodge, I'm just going to reset, I think. I think that's how I'm probably going to do it. So let me just one more time. All right, so... Oh, no, wait. Okay, so we're going to E, Q, Z, bop. So we should apply the punishment, I think. Could we... All right, there we go. So now we're in. Okay, we just want to get his ult, and then we're going to be good. So Q, Q. Now with E, you can see how long it takes, right? So there we go. It does do a lot of damage, though. 120k is nothing to scoff at. Right, we're going to be doing damage in the millions later. Okay, so we did get stunned. But it's fine. So now we're going to kind of prepare everything. So we're going to E, Q, or Q and then E, R. And we're going to Q with Bora. Okay. And now we use this. So this is not going to do too much at first. 100k, right? Then 100, like 100k, 100k, like, look at this damage. Like, that damage was insane. You just got to understand how much that really is, okay? When you're playing, you do not really see, like, in total, he did like 800k. That's insane. That's insane, okay? That's so insane. So, you know, this guy's really good. Highest damage dealing unit in the game. So, I mean, there we go for Byung-Gu. I really, Tae-Gyu, sorry, Tae-Gyu. I really do like him. At first, I really didn't. But the more I use him, the more I realize how good he really is. So, that's it for Tae-Gyu. I'm gonna skip. So, now, I want to show off Seo Jiwoo. And she is next. So, you know, we are good for that. She is off of HP. She's got the Ancient Grimoire. And she is going to be mainly a breaking unit. So, breaking guard. I do apologize if I do cough, but I've had a kind of like a virus for like 2 weeks, so it is what it is. So Jiwoo, all right, there's a lot of stuff to kind of decipher. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of spam whatever. I just realized I know that like you can use the skills a bunch of times, and that's kind of what I go off of. So when the Twin Dragon Strike, Water Dragon Rush, Lightning Kick, or Burst Punch are used, stack training one time. So I think it's these and then these. Okay, all 4 of those. Stacks training one time. When training reaches 3 stacks, applies Water Dragon Training. When Water Dragon Training is active, it resets the cooldown of Water Dragon Rush and Lightning Kick and changes them to Heavy Attack for both. Okay, so training can stack 3 times, okay? And then it becomes Water Dragon Training, and then I think you're able to restack training again, okay? So when the user uses Heavy Attack of either or, the effects are removed, okay? So that might not seem too good, but then it's going to add a couple good things. So anyway, this is going to be just normal. This is going to break. Okay, and then go airborne. Now this one. So it does 892, but if I remember correctly, you could use this twice unless I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Oh, it's the wrong one. This is the one you could use twice. Is it not? Okay, I might just actually be tripping. All right, anyway. So, heavy attack, Water Dragon Rush. The user strikes the ground with the Water Dragon. The description here is a bit odd. Anyway, so based off max HP, okay? Low MP consumption overall. If we go to here, what, like 159, 150, 200. Okay, so very low. And this is going to be dealing light break, knocks down, and then when the user uses heavy attack, Water Dragon Rush, when you have the 3 stacks of Water Dragon Training, okay, once you've used 3 of these skills, gotten the Water Dragon Training, then it's going to become the heavy version. It's going to apply a shield to the entire team, which is 5% of the user's HP, which is going to be what, 1% or 10% is about 700, so what, like a 350 shield, I guess, 350 shield about, okay, so that's going to be pretty decent overall. And then the super armor effect is applied to the user while using the skill, so no matter what, they're going to get it off. Now the lightning kick, 850, that applies also break light, and then is going to knock down, and when the user uses heavy attack, it's going to do 50% increased break damage and super armor. So it's very good. Both of them are breaks. And remember, you're able to use... It's going to reset the cooldown every time you get to Water Dragon training, which is going to happen a lot. So you're going to re-get these skills a lot. And the break, you're going to see how much it's applied. Now this is going to also... It's going to be break medium. 10% of the shield though. When she goes in, she gives everyone 10% of her HP as a shield, which is about 700 for me. And then here, just break light, airborne for the QTE. And then the ult does decent damage, nothing too crazy, but it's just going to be there. And the thing is with the ult is that you're going to be able to use the skills so much that you're going to get your ult a lot. And it's going to be very good. So yes, she's going to be very nice. We're going to use her in game. She might not seem the best on paper, but because she has high HP and all that good stuff, you're going to see she's going to cook. Now then, for this one, we are going to be going into Cerebrus, okay? The reason being, we are type advantage, okay? Main reason. Now, she works very well here. I'm only able to do tier 2. Tier 3 is a bit rough, and I want to have this be like a clean showcase, so we're not going to go for anything too complicated. And I mean, I'm showcasing a lot of units, but it's mainly just like kind of explaining them and then going a bit into it. But this one does take a bit of sweating, so this guy... Oh, I have to go a bit ahead. So we're going to try and kill... I mean... We're going to get to like 10% and then we're just going to go. So I'm going to try to show her. So dash forward. Okay. All right. So now we Z, E, Q. So when we use a single target, it should... Oh. Okay. Well, let me get close to them. Hold on. So we use the attack and over time it resets our cooldown. So because I use the Q, it resets it again. And you see the break, right? Over time, because of how many skills she's going to be using, it's going to be pretty crazy. So now we're going to apply the punishment. Okay. So you see one stack of punishment. There we go. And we're going to go into him, break guard a bit more. He's just there to break guard that little bit, basically. So we're going to go back into him. Alt. Okay. We're going to use our Q. Use our E so we can heal because this guy is going to start doing a lot of damage. Oh, I should have shifted. My bad. I really should have shifted. We're going to go there. E. Okay. Now we're going to go for the alt. Okay. So this is not going to do any break, but a decent amount of damage. So we have a lot of HP, so I'm not really worried about dying at the moment. But you can see she is doing most of the break. And she gets her Q again. And she resets her E and Q again. So we're going to be able to go again. Okay. And she gets her E again. Okay. And she gets her Q again. And she almost has her ult back already. We're going to go into him so we could heal. But that's basically how she works. She just re-gets her skills a lot because of how much she attacks and gets that passive proc, right? So there we go. There we go. So we're going to shift into him, to Baek. And I mean, there we go. So I'm not going to showcase more, but we got a pretty good idea that she works very well. She's going to be just spamming, and we'll finish it off with her. So she's going to be spamming. And, you know, there we go. Oh, well... Okay, well, we cleared it. Unfortunate. It's not really a big problem. It's just, I would have rather not, I guess. But overall, I'm not really that mad. It's fine. It's fine. So, there we go. Please give me good stuff. Defense percent. Ooh. Okay. That's going to be really good. Defense percent on a purple, too. And then defense pen. Okay. That's good. That's good. The defense pen I might put on Choi. I didn't see the set, but I might put that on Choi. We'll have to see. Anyway, that is quite good. For the defense percent, I might be able to use it in this video, maybe. But anyway, Seo Jiwoo is very good for breaking, as we saw in that, and how many times she spammed her skills. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ways we might be able to build her, but it's going to be pretty fun. So, now we could go right into Baek Yoonho. I've already used them a bunch, but we'll be here to use them even more. So, now I'm going to take... We'll take not Jiwoo's, because they're off HP. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to take Tae-Gyu's just for this, right? We're going to get the HP just a little bit. It's not really that much. Is there any light? I don't think so. Okay, anyway, this is the gear we got on him. So his stats is defense, light, and crit hit is what they decide to go for him. So let's talk about it. He is a break unit, even on his basic attack. So he's going to be very good for a lot of just pretty much everything that has any break armor, which is most of the stuff. But there's some bosses that do not have any break, right? So do keep that in mind. Now, the damage itself is like not too crazy, but because of how much break there is, it's going to be very good to have him always there because everything breaks. So this breaks, this breaks, this breaks. All he really does is break, as we can see. But even his skill does break heavy. Okay, break heavy is insane. Now, his passive is going to be the White Flames effect is applied to the last hit of all skills excluding basic attacks, When the effect reaches 3 stacks, it activates Violent Explosion, dealing damage equal to 400% of the user's defense and applying defense decrease to the target. So the Violent Explosion of 400% is not really too crazy, but it might happen a lot, but not really like too much. The main point is you getting the decreased defense by 20% on this, so it's definitely probably the best part of this. Now, increases the damage of White Flame Gale Kick by 150%, allowing this to become a super strong ability on him at 1 dupe, okay? So he is based off defense, just to kind of mention it. It's okay. I mean, defense is not bad, but he still does die pretty quick, I guess. Now, the support skill is going to be putting Break Medium, and then it's going to be dealing Violent Explosion damage equal to 400% of defense alongside the 650, and then applying the defense decrease. This is going to be doing 1009. His QTE skill is very strong for that. And then this doing 3480 is pretty decent because of the fact you're also applying the defense decrease with the Violent Explosion. So overall, it's all just a lot of good stuff. I don't know if it's alongside or it's just separate, but you might be able to stack a lot of defense decrease. We're going to check, but if you can, I mean, he's going to be a really good supporting type of unit where he's going to do damage, debuff, and also break their guard, right, which is going to be very strong. So we're going to re-show the same match against the Arachnid, but we're also going to go into I want to show for grinding also. It's fine since we're 2. I mean, I'll just show it a bit. We're not really looking to actually no. You know what? We're gonna put Choi. Does Choi have his weapon? He does not have his weapon, so we're gonna actually equip that. So since we showed Choi, I mean, I'm just gonna do it like this, where Baek is gonna be used to break guard, which is the main way you want to use him, and then we're gonna try and beat with Choi. So honestly, I wouldn't mind also again, actually clearing this one. So you know that's not gonna be a bad idea. So yes, this one as we explained. Well, we're gonna E, and it does very good damage. Like the amount of damage that it does is insane. Now he is taking a lot, right? So we're looking good there. Now the defense decrease, I can't tell how much it's applied. I'm not gonna lie. Now Choi going crazy, right? Oh well, that was kind of wasted. So anyway, we're gonna wait to use the swap in support skill. So let's try and proc it. Okay, so there we go. So left shift. Oh well, you have to be very close for it, but it does do okay damage. So now let's just go for it, right? All right. So bop, 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 bop. Okay, so we got 1 defense decrease. I want to try and see if we could stack 2, but honestly, I have no idea if we'll be able. So anyway, we'll use this. Okay. I'm going to Choi since, you know, he'll be good. Oh. All right, that's fine. Okay, thank God we evaded. But unfortunately, I really don't like that. Okay, let's try and put 2 defense decreases. I don't know if we'll be able. Okay, well, anyway, we got that, and then we're gonna ult, do decent damage. We did like what 15%, so that is quite good. So we got 1 defense decrease, and there we go. So Baek is very good. His break is very nice. I mean, you could see how much he breaks. It is very nice, and also just for the single target, you're able to break. So even without the abilities, it works well. Now we got pretty unlucky, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not really gonna complain too much, but it was not exactly the best run. Let's also show him in a gate now. Literally perfect. We got an A rank gate that is light attribute recommended, so we're gonna be able to showcase this exact team just fine. Okay, so there we go. It's going to be pretty nice. We're going to see how his break works on the single target mainly. It was a bit hard to show in that one because you're mainly just spamming everything else. But in gates, it works slightly differently. So I'd say it is pretty cool how they got it. So for this, I mean, he does work kind of, it's not the best. So it's just, I mean, I guess in this case, it did work okay. But he feels a bit awkward against a lot of people, right? Against the boss, he does feel pretty nice. And against like story bosses too, it is going to be pretty good. But it's just like the kick is nice. It's just the lock-on feature, like you have to really abuse it, because if not, he kind of goes everywhere, right? So that's the main point that I kind of want to make. Just gonna use Choi because it's a lot easier for me. And then bop. There. Oh, okay, a bit too far. Anyway, let's go back into him. And you know, we're looking pretty good. Bop. There we go. So let's get to the boss. And in this case, I mean, it was a pretty simple gate, honestly, a lot slower than a lot of other ones, but there should be. Tell me there is. Okay, there's a guard break. So, you know, we're going to be able to do pretty good on this. We're just going to stay in with him. We're going to go into him to get some support. Apply the damage increase. Then go back in. You can see how much the shield is breaking. And in this case, we're breaking the shield more than killing the HP. So we're going to get to make use out of the break, right? And he's going to be very good with break gear. So putting gear, that's going to increase his damage when broken, is going to be very strong, right? So we can even with this like just basic attack break his guard. So That is, to me, just really good. I really like stuff like that. So, there we go. Bop, 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 bop. We're going to left shift to get our ult on Byung-Gu. And then we're going to go back into Baek and go crazy. Actually, no, we're gonna do a bit of Choi, but I don't want to over abuse that, so let's go into him. Because if not, Choi's going to kind of just one tap. 60k, and there you go. So that is, oh my god, I forgot his name. Baek Yoonho? Is that not it? I know it's Baek something, but Baek what is the question? Baek what? Is it not Baek Yoonho? Am I tripping? I guess we'll see. But I swear it's Baek Yoonho. Anyway, let's get back to business. It was Baek Yoonho, so thank God. Now, anyway, we're gonna be showing Emma. She's an HP unit, and I've decided to put this staff on her, which I think has higher stats than that. Yeah, okay, so I mean that's okay. So Emma is pretty much the best grinding DPS to really use in this game. She is actually very good. She's the other original character alongside Jiwoo. These are the two original characters that they've got at the moment. And I haven't really played with her too much. I got her today, so I mean that's pretty much it for that. She's at 16k power, which is pretty decent. I mean, I give her pretty good gear. I mean, I could increase this, but the fact that it's attack, like she scales off HP, so I don't get what attack does when units scales off of HP, but I guess we'll find out in the future. So, yeah, look at this Bible of a passive. This unit is really intricate, and honestly, I won't be able to do her justice in this video. But I really think that she has a very high, like, skill scaling, or what's the word? Just like, there's a big learning curve for this one, right? So, let's talk about it. She is off of HP for the most part. Okay, so heat absorption effect is applied for each specific action. Okay, and when flame cleave is used, flame cleave is this one. Okay, when flame cleave is used, applies the heat emission. Okay. Effect depending on the number of heat absorption stacks. When the user uses a basic attack and gets hit, heat absorption effect is applied once. So use basic attack and get hit, it's applied once. When the user uses core attack, this one, burn up, flame judgment, where is that? So flare strike, wait, no, what was it? Core attack, so this, or extreme evasion applies heat absorption effect 4 times each time. Okay. When the user uses Burning Pride, the ult, okay, applies heat absorption effect 10 times. When heat emission is active, the currently applied heat absorption effect is consumed. Okay, makes sense. So I don't really get how to get heat absorption, or sorry, heat emission, but I guess we'll see. Okay, applies the heat emission effect depending on the number of heat absorption stacks. Okay, so at 5 stacks, user's defense increases by 777. At 10 stacks, recovers HP equal to 7.77% of damage taken. At 15 stacks, applies a shield equal to 7.77 of the user's max HP on herself. Then at 5 stacks on heat emission, increases defense pen by 777. I'm not even going to say the number. Then at 10 stacks, increases the user's fire damage by that amount. And at 15 stacks, the heat emission effect applies to team members as well. Which means everyone else is going to get fire damage increase and defense penetration, which makes her and Choi an amazing combo for bosses, right? And that's going to be very, very strong. So skill 1, breaks. Everything of her breaks, right? Everything. So, does damage, fire, does damage, breaks, applies burn. And her burn is based off her HP. 7.77 every 3 seconds. Now this one is very strong. Like, the AoE is super big. Okay. Let me get out the... Okay, so it's going to do 777, this too. And the cooldown's 8 seconds, does break medium, airborne, and then when the user attacks a burning target, the damage increases by 10%. Same thing here, exact same thing, extra 10% when attacking burn, but the break is now heavy. So this one is going to be a very good skill. It's more so single target, but this one is very good for AoE, so it like kind of makes up for it. Now the support skill, break medium, applies the heat absorption and heat emission effects. So we already know the increases defense pen, fire damage, etc, etc. So there we go. I mean, it's going to be very strong. Now, this one is going to do break light, which is just a QTE skill, burns, and then there we go. Now, the Burning Pride, ult. Okay, so it's going to be doing okay damage, right? It's going to be applying burn while heat absorption is active. So if you have heat absorption, the damage is decreased by 33%, but they are refunded 50% of power gauge and cooldown time. So you lose 30% of damage, but you're increased by 50%. Because technically you're going to re-get this ult back quick. So in cases where you got a nuke last second, it's bad. But if not, it's fine. Now, while heat emission is active, user's damage increases by 77%. So it's very good. This ult is going to be quite strong. But she's going to be more so an AoE unit who could definitely support for a single target with break. But Choi is just going to do more overall damage, but she's going to do insane stuff. And she can do really good stuff. And she's going to support. So this unit is going to be very good. Very, very good. So we're going to use her in the Encore, which hopefully we don't kill, and also Gates. So in the Gates, we're going to go into this one. Unfortunately, it is light that's increased, but it's fine. So we're going to start off with Emma, and then we're going to do the rest of the stuff. So she's a bit weaker than Choi, but that is fine. So if I could get a screenshot, that would be nice. Y'all are going to see it in live. Would be nice. Please, I would need a screenshot of Emma because I just kind of got her. So come on. Oh my god. Okay, I missed the screenshots. Anyway, it's fine. So this one is honestly pretty good for her. Reason being, they're kind of all grouped up. So we're going to be able to just Zed and kill everyone. Oh, wrong thing. Q. And they're all dead. So I'd say that is pretty good. Now her attack skills, by the way, Rapier looks amazing. Look at that, right? I find the attack string to be so sick. So again, it's just so good. It's just so good, right? Being able to do that. I mean, there's not many units in this game at the moment that have an AoE like that. Like, for example, Choi, just bringing him in. E, like in this case, is pretty good, but we still have some alive, right? So we have to take care of them. And, you know, Emma would not have let that slide, right? Oh, but I guess in this case, there's a boss, so, you know, that's fair. Now, the E was that we just used, but... So it is very strong, right? And then we just use the skills. So she's got 3, I think, of the emission and 1 of the absorption, if I remember correctly. I don't really... No. I think the absorption is on the right. I don't know the buff icon yet. I'm not going to lie, but we got 10 of stacks of those. So, you know, just keep that in mind. She does get a lot of stacks, and it does seem to be very easily. Just every time she uses her skill, even if you don't, like, hit them. So you could technically, if you're just getting to a boss, you could just build up the stacks before actually getting there. So now we're going to apply Disguise. Okay, use our Shadow. Okay, bop. Like, overall, though, Choi's damage, like, way better in my opinion. But her damage is not bad, right? It's just not Choi damage, right? Not my Choi's damage, at least. So, you know, there we go. I definitely did highly invest into Choi, so please do keep that in mind. But her damage is not bad, right? Now, I would like to use the ult and see that in action. So, we're gonna use the ult right now. Okay. Alright, perfect. So, do we get our ult thing back? So, we do not get it back, which means we did a lot of extra damage. And there we go. Because usually we would have gotten the 50% back. But hey, there. So, oh, well, it's blocking off the top. Oh, okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. All right. So that's Emma. That's how she grinds. I mean, we could show her off in a boss, but I just don't think it would be too worth it. But she is very strong, right? For breaking. Low-key, yeah, we're going to show her off against the boss since it does have break. I haven't actually used it against the boss, so let's go into that once it finishes loading because it's kind of cringe. All right. Let's go into Encore. We are not trying to kill, so let's hope we don't kill. If we do kill, this is going to be a very sad day because we would have just wasted one of our runs, which we do not want to do. We do not want to waste these runs, okay? So let's go into this. Everything she does breaks, so keep that in mind. So this is going to be very good against one with armor, and it's going to allow us to do a bunch of good damage. So the break, right, is pretty good. Overall, it's pretty good. She's the only one who breaks on the team, but remember, she is fire, so it's going to be way more worth it. Now, he does way more damage, but it's okay. She's making up for it by breaking. That's how she's doing it. Against these units, or against these bosses, she would need to break. If there's not break on the bosses, there's no point in really using Emma, in my opinion. She does increase damage a bit, but it won't be enough, in my opinion. Like, she does increase support damage, right? Like, if she's at max stacks, she does give the people their buffs. So there we go. We're going to E, we're going to Q, and we're going to build some stacks, right? So we're going to single target. We're at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. There we go. So 20k. Okay, well, that much is not that bad. So we can go into that. All right. And we're going to finish it there because we don't want to do too much. But the break would have been nice. For higher boss levels, if it was a stronger boss, Emma would have been much more worth it, okay? It's just that we kind of kill too quickly now. But this is the only boss that we're type advantage against, so I just gotta keep that in mind. But we're gonna probably show them in Battlefield of Trials later on. But yes, Emma does work pretty well. And she does break very efficiently while also doing pretty decent damage and being able to support once she builds up more of her stacks. So do keep that in mind. Now, Woo Jinchul, the one unit I haven't really used all that much, which is unfortunate because he's one of my favorite units, but it just never really happened, if I'm being honest. So here we are. He's going to be one of the weaker ones. I mean, 15k is not that bad. I meant weaker in terms of my personal gear on them. So that's kind of literally all I meant. So we're going to go over his kit. He is like kind of simple, I guess, where his passive is very short. He is free on day 7, which is pretty cool. So when the user uses dash, which I think is just, there's nothing that's called dash, right? So when he just dashes, increases the damage of suppress, mediation of power, Iron Fist by 25%. 25% damage increase is pretty good, right? Once you dash, it is pretty nice. So this is wind damage. Now here he does do light break, okay? And here he does have light break, medium break, medium, and then no break. Usually on the ults there's no break. Anyway, 338% of his defense, not that crazy. If we directly compare it to anyone else, so like the damage here is a lot weaker, but he could use this twice, I think. Yes. So breaks light twice and decreases the cooldown of Iron Fist by 3 seconds when the first attack in the combo hits, which I think you could do it twice technically since you have 2 of this. So Iron Fist cooldown is decreased. Medium, and then charges dash 1 time. Oh wow, you get a dash back, which is actually really good. Like this is such a small thing that's really good. And then super armor is applied, so this one's going to be a very strong skill. Now this one is going to be breaking medium for the support, and it's going to be increasing the max number of dash stacks by 2 and charges for 20 seconds. Pretty cool. All right, then judgment. Okay, so just core attack, ultimate skill that you get to use the QTE with, and then breaks medium. Okay, now the ult does pretty minimal damage overall. Like what, this is 3400 and this is 4300, but it's gonna be decent because this, it's gonna be, no, it's not gonna be increased. Okay, so his ult is just there. I don't really think you're going to be using it much. I think it's mainly his other skills that are going to be pretty good. And he's going to revolve around the skills also because what? It increases the damage of suppress and mediation of power, like these 3, by 25% for 5 seconds. So I don't know if you could stack this multiple times. If so, that would be good. If not, he's going to be a pretty good, mediocre, good unit, right? He's still going to be decent, I guess. We're going to go into an A rank gate. I mean, we have an S rank. I mean, oh, it's just golden. So, I mean, not really a point in actually doing it, but yeah, okay, so let's do this. Shouldn't be that bad. We're gonna put Woo Jinchul, and then afterwards, sorry, then I mean, I don't really know who else to put. I guess we'll just have Choi there in case we need to do more damage than Woo Jinchul is doing. Well, Choi, I said Woo Jinchul, I think, but we're gonna put Choi. So there we go. Woo Jinchul should be good to do a lot of breaking overall, so we'll have to see. This is one of my favorite units. I just really like how he is. We're gonna go for that. Okay, I just need to get all the screenshots, you know. We'll show him again in another one against the boss. So let's just, so he has, right, the dashes. Now when he uses the Q, okay, it's gonna lower the cooldown of the E. So, yeah, let me just kind of play that out a bit better next time so that we could kind of understand exactly how it works. So let's just do a bit of damage. Okay, now we go into this, okay, we're gonna use the E first, okay, and then we're gonna Q, then it lowers the cooldown and lowers the cooldown again. So you're gonna be able to use, I would recommend honestly just using, for being honest, just a pause. You use the 2Q, well, you use the E, then you use the 2 Qs, then you use the E again, right? That's basically how it's gonna work, because you see that the cooldown does go down. And then we ult. Okay, that looks pretty good. The overall thing, it's not like too crazy if we're being honest, but it is not bad at all, right? So maybe I should heal a bit. I've kind of just been mindlessly doing that. But let's go back in. It would be good to see against the boss for sure. See how the break does, since it's gonna be pretty important. Now we're gonna burn. We're gonna apply this. But okay, so let's go back into Woo Jinchul. Okay, so where is he? I was attacking Igris. That's crazy. I used the Qs first, which was not the way to go there, but it's fine. So we're gonna be able to see just the breaking, I guess, at the same time. We're gonna go into Byung-Gu. We're gonna ult. Okay, I really love how his design is. They did him really well. Okay, we're gonna go into him, do a bit of damage, not too much, hopefully. So we use the E first, right? So decent break, right? And then we have almost the E again, which does pretty good break, right? Yeah, no, that is actually very good. Oh my god. And we could ult. That's annoying. There we go. So we could Q, and then we get even closer to the E, right? If the boss was a bit stronger, it would be a lot better, the break. And then we break. No. Come on. Oh, we have no mana. Oh, man. Let's go out. Let's just try and break, please. So. Oh, damn. And then we break. Just as we're about to kill. But it's fine. So, there we go. So, he needs a lot of mana. Probably going to need to give him extra mana. But it's fine. So, there we go. Oh, look at him. Oh, my God. Nah, they know what they're doing. This is so... It's so random. Like, what? Why does it go gray? Why? They really were having fun with this. You know, they were having fun with this game. There's so many little things that, like, off the top of my head, I can't really think of. But that's crazy. That is crazy. Now, Jinchul, the GOAT. The actual GOAT. So yeah, let's show him against the boss now. I mean, maybe a difficult boss, I guess, to show off the break. And we'll have Byung-Gu trying to keep us alive. So let's see if there's something we could show. So encore mission, okay. Is there a difficult one though? We could do it with light and have a double break team. Let's try this out. So double break team, do they hold on, let's take him out. Okay. Yeah, that's his weapon, isn't it? Okay. Do we have another defense weapon? I don't think we do. Okay, it's kind of difficult to show it off then. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to run Choi. Are we above? Okay, we're barely above. So we're gonna see if Jinchul is gonna be useful in this. At least a bit. We're gonna see if the break effect is gonna be good. If not, I mean, we'll actually, let me just check something before we go to this. I do want to recheck something. So how does the dash work? Because dash, they mean like dashing, like the space dash, right? If not, y'all let me know in the comments. Please do, but that seems to be what it is. No? I mean, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Okay, so skills. Where's the, okay, the dash is, where does he re-get the dash? On his support when he comes back in. Increases the max number of dash stacks by 2 and charges for 20 seconds. Okay. Well, so when he uses this one, it charges dash 1 time. Okay, so let's see if we actually see that, right? I don't really understand the dash, but... Oh! Hold on. Hold on. When this skill is used, charges dash 1 time. I'm a bit confused if this is a buff or just... It means like when you dash. I'm gonna guess it's when you dash, but we can never be too sure. But anyway, let's just check it out. We're gonna go into the spider, the arachnid. We're probably not gonna kill. We don't have any lights, so obviously if we had Tae-Gyu would be good. Not Tae-Gyu, Baek Yoonho would be good, but we don't have 2 defense weapons yet, so it is what it is. So we're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna. Oh my! So let's do some damage. Okay, but if we kill, would not be a bad idea. If we actually win, I would be happy. So we E. We didn't attack them, so it was kind of bad on our part, if anything. We are taking damage, but we are taking not that much. Okay, we're not breaking too much. Doesn't help that it is not light, but I mean, overall damage-wise, we're looking pretty fine. I don't know how, but oh, he's gonna heal, I guess, so that's true. Yeah, as I say it. That's funny. Okay. So, okay. We dash. Dash, and then do we get a dash back? Okay, we do get a dash back. Okay, so if you saw, we did get a dash back. So he's gonna have a lot of dashes, which is gonna be an interesting playstyle. And honestly, for people more skilled than me, I do think that he's gonna be a very good unit. He is gonna be a very good unit, yeah. Because if you could make use of more dashes, then it's gonna work out great. Okay, even 1 more dash is nice, right? We'll take it. We'll definitely take it. And then we use Choi. Going crazy, but listen, this is the Choi showcase, I guess. It also doesn't help that Choi has 7,000 power over him, but you know. Oh, he's healing again. Okay. Anyway, we get back our E quick because we use the Qs, but there's nothing to really use it on. So let me bop. Okay. Then we use the Q. Okay. All right, nothing there. Q, and then E, and we get back our dashes. So it's pretty good. Then we ult. I really like this style that they went for him. Like, I don't know, they like went for some type of like sexy man. I don't know how to explain it, but y'all know what I mean. I mean the dash back is also pretty good, like just to stay alive, right? For people like I said, if you're good at the game, once we understand how to really evade and stuff, once I get better at evading, it's gonna be pretty nice. Now anyway, Choi carries us to victory, but let's finish it off with him. So we get the dash, bop 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 bop. Okay, so we're out of dashes, right? Now we have 1 dash, we use it, now we get a dash again, and then we're done. So, you know, not bad, not bad, not bad. I like it. I find it so funny. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of funny. So there we go. Good. Ooh, okay. Additional attack on attack set. That's huge. Okay. Love to see it. That's actually really good. That's going to be good for Choi later on. All right. So there we go for... Oh my god. Woo Jinchul. Sorry. The names are like... They blank in. And then I just completely forget about it, right? So you have no more encore keys. That's fine though. Because we could... Oh wow, we did a lot of stuff, huh? If we go here... This is also letting me grind a bit. So, I mean, that's not bad. If we go to the exchange shop, we'll be good to get some more. Not in here, in the mono crystal. We should... Yep, we're going to be able to get one, which is going to be good. That's all we really need. So, there we go. Now, let's look at Bora. Okay. She's pretty good. We're going to be able to put Woo Jinchul's Choi Jong-In's weapon on her. And she's going to be looking quite nice. So we're actually going to take... I'm not really using too much of her for now. So we're going to put this. I hate that it takes gold. Whatever. So this is a big increase in CC. And then here... dark damage is another... Okay, we're going to put this dark damage. We're going to take it from Jinwoo. I'm sorry, my boy. I should probably level this up. Hold on. Alright, so we got her up. She's now at 19k, so a lot more usable than before. And Tae-Gyu always also off of attack, huh? Unfortunate. We're going to put this for him for this one since we want to showcase her damage a bit more this time. So there we go. Now let's explain her. Bora. So she's a unit you could get for half free. I call half free. We'll say free to play plus, I guess. If you buy 10 $1 packs over the course of 5 days, you're going to get her for free. So there's a $1 pack where you can get daily basic growth for gate keys, but then there's also this $1 daily pack where it gives 1 ticket. So you get this every day, so $2 every day. This is Canadian, so it's about 1 USD. 2 Canadian every day, and you can get 2 of these points every day. Over 5 days, you get Bora for free. Air quotations. Okay, so like $10 and you get it. So there you go. Now let's explain what she does. So this is very simple. When tracking charm, Tempest, or quick attack, Tempest. So I think, so tracking charm. Okay, tracking charm, and then I think these two, quick attack or Tempest. Hits, they apply the charm effect to the target. So when she switches in, uses QTE or uses her core attack, she makes them take 15% more damage. So she is a debuffer, a supporter, pretty good one at that also. So just does dark. This one is a core, applies the airborne, and obviously does the debuff. This one is going to be it's going to put an enhancement circle that also enhances her Phantom Fox. Now it's going to be 8-second cooldown. When within the enhancement circle, it's going to be giving dark elemental damage by 10% for team members standing in it, and then increases magic arrow damage of 20% of Phantom Fox by 20% and changes to penetration attacks, and also removes any debuff zone in the area where this skill lands. So it's going to be a cleansing unit, a cleansing one. Okay. It's going to be increasing your damage by 10%, increasing your Phantom Fox's damage by more, and then there we go. And this is going to summon a Phantom Fox. So let's look at it. There we go. Not a fox, but hey, that's what it does, and it's going to increase this is going to increase the Fox's damage, do 255% every like what 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds about. So it's honestly pretty good, not that bad. 12 seconds, not bad at all. Now this is going to be also, I think, summoning, if I remember correctly. I think it's summoning. 250% of the user's attack for, I don't know. So deals dark elemental damage. When the skill hits, applies the charm effect. When the skill hits, remove debuff zones again. So increase damage taken. Okay. Oh no, that's not the ult. I was going to say. So, and then here it also applies the charm, right? So there we go. Then the ult is 2,900. Okay. And knocks down, does damage, right? So we could check it here. It's going to be a big boy, right? Big boy. And there we go. So she does pretty good damage while also increasing the damage taken by the enemies, and also increasing the dark damage, which is why she was good with Tae-Gyu and why I used these two together, and why we're about to do that again in the same boss, but while also using more of Bora this time. So keep that in mind. It's basically really just showcasing it in a bit of a different light every time. And obviously we are not going for the kill. Okay, we are not going for the kill. So we're going to start off with Bora. Then we're going to have Byung-Gu. And then we're going to go into Tae-Gyu. Korean names, man. Korean names. They are much more difficult than Japanese because I feel like there's so many that are so similar. Or it's just that the author was a bit lazy, I guess you could say. So anyway, let's go into this. Okay. So we're going to start off with her. It would have been maybe better to switch into her, But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, maybe we should have started off with Tae-Gyu, go into Bora, then go into Byung-Gu. Might have been the way to go. So we're gonna... Okay, I should have probably gotten hit, but it's fine. So we have our enhancement circle, so we see that, and when we're in that, then we have our dark damage increased by 10% inside this circle. So not bad. So he's tagged in still. We should be able to apply punishment, I think. Wait, yes, we are. Then we go into this. Bop! Big damage, right? Bop, bop. Okay. Now we get to tag in, which is going to apply the debuff on the enemy, which is the last one. The charm is the last one applied. We use the Q. We use the E. We ult. We should do pretty good damage, I think. Remember, Tae-Gyu was doing 100k per thing. She did a good amount, I think. I'm not tripping, right? It's quite a good amount. And then they're attacking a bunch, the little foxes. So if we had the ult also from Byung-Gu, would have been good. Alright. Alright. Okay, perfect. Let's apply this. Okay, go into this. We're gonna go and apply her Q. Okay. And then we're gonna use his ult. And we should just kill. There's no way we don't. Oh, we might not. We missed one of our skills too. Damn, this guy's a lot of HP then. Because, bro, we did damage there. Oh. Okay. That's another thing about the E that I don't like from Tae-Gyu. But hey, that's a very good swap-in skill. We use our Z, and they're basically dead. I'm not even going to attack. They're just going to kill on their own, right? Because of all our little lightning damage from the foxes. So there we go. Shadow soldiers with her little shadow, with her little foxes, all go together pretty well, right? They all, oh wow. Oh wait, I didn't mean to. At least this is a good gear piece, I guess. I could use it on other people, but probably shouldn't have done that. Probably 3 hours. Oh, and they're now freezing the game. Okay, one more unit and then we're out. But yeah, no, this was a very long video. This was a very long video, that's for sure. Now this last unit, we're gonna have to give him some gear from other units because I didn't really like him. I liked him at first, and then he kind of faded away from my existence, I could say. So we're gonna put this one my only defense piece, even if we got 3 SSRs that run off of defense. So now we should who is better? So I think Woo Jinchul has better ones, so we're gonna take Woo's. Yeah, way better. Okay, we're gonna do this. One sec. So our last defense-based unit, our last SSR in this video, we finally got through everything. Okay, this guy has a lot of stuff to him. Honestly, I don't really like him too much, but I had a fun with him at the beginning, and I might like him in the future. And honestly, I think he does help people who are struggling a bit. He's going to be making the game easier in that way, but I think that for people who are much better and just better at evading, better at timing everything, know the game more, know all the units more, he's not going to be the best unit. But let's just reread everything to make sure that's right. So when Greed Scavenger, Steel Blower, S rank Influence are used after being hit, applies the impulse effect. So Greed Scavenger, hold on. Greed Scavenger, is that not a skill? Am I tripping? Okay, anyway, Steel Blow is this one. So the QTE or S rank Influence is this. So I don't know where Greed Scavenger is. I'm not gonna lie, but okay. Okay, I guess. Let me just, am I tripping? There's no Greed, when Greed Scavenger, is that a typo? Maybe it's just Scavenge. We'll have to see. Anyway, applies Impulse. When the Impulse effect reaches max stacks, applies the Impulse Revenge effect. Okay, so increases the user's defense by 3% up to 5 times. Okay, so you can get a 15% defense increase, which is a 15% damage increase also. And then when you get Impulse Revenge, it increases the damage by defense by 24%, creates a shield equal to 12% of the user's defense. And when applying the effect for the first time, Urge to Kill is enhanced, the damage is doubled, and the cooldown resets. So you get to do, it's double damage and the cooldown resets, and this one you could already use twice. So it's going to be pretty cool. Am I tripping? I'm pretty sure you could use it. Sorry, 3 times. So his passive is pretty good. I mean, it gives him a lot more defense, which makes him tankier, but also increases his damage. Now, this is going to be just normal. This also just core normal, doesn't do any break. He has no break, unfortunately. Even though he should, he doesn't. Now, this could use 3 times, so it's a 2100 scaling in total. Knocks down, and when the skill hits, it removes the target's shield. Okay. I don't get what it means by target, because, I mean, it doesn't really remove shields. or doesn't break, so I don't know what exactly this part of it means. But it is a very strong effect. We'll have to see though. Is it just break? We'll have to see. And then this one is going to be just a forward lunge where it's also going to put them airborne. Now this support skill is going to stun, which is the main part. So when he tags in, he's going to stun. All right. And that is very strong. That is a very strong thing to do for 4 seconds, like hello. And this is going to be just a knockdown, right? Pretty decent damage with the QTE. Now the ult is going to do a lot of damage, going to be airborne. And then, yeah, that's basically his kit. I'm just trying to see what greed scavengers. I still, like, I didn't see it at first and I still don't see it. I'm going to guess it's scavenge, but kind of hard to tell. But it is still very strong. This Impulse Revenge, where I think you could get Impulse Revenge plus the Impulse, so you could get a total of 36% defense increase. Which, I mean, on paper sounds very good. That's just like almost a 36% defense increase, damage increase. So, you know, there's that. We're gonna use him in game, but like this skill I do like a lot because you could use it anywhere and you could use it 3 times. So that's like the main thing that I do like about it. So, let's go against this. We're gonna be type disadvantage. Ooh, is there any? Okay, I mean, we could just try it against. We're just going to show his stun, and then we're going to bring him into PvE, right? Because he does work pretty well. PvE, I mean, gateway, gates. We're going to go into gates after this. So we don't have any, actually, no, we're just going to go into gates. We're going to have some fun in gates, and then that's pretty much going to be it for him. Because I feel like, I'll show him off twice, I think. But, yeah, so, let me just, I'll get more, but I'm going to sweep just because. Close your eyes, kids. I want to get this because it is gold, and it is an S rank. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to rescan. We want to try and get an A rank for mages. Oh, we do get it. All right, perfect. So we'll buy, yeah, we'll buy this. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So there we go. We're going to put him with Choi Jong-In just so that the damage kind of equalizes, I guess. So him, all right. And then we've got Choi so that he's able to do his stuff. We'll put the ring on and then we'll be good to go. And I mean, yeah, this is going to be the last SSR of our over 1 hour video, which is kind of insane. Y'all better be watching this because holy shit. If not, I'm going to be sad, but this video probably is going to bang over time if we're being honest, right? When the game actually comes out, this for sure is going to do a lot better. So at least there's that. I swear that's Yami's voice, right? So anyway, we're going to see the stacks on him, okay? So that's his basic, okay? So, bop, 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 bop. Okay. So, I do want to see what exactly it means by the armor. So, now we have 3 stacks of it. 4. And then we're going to get a 5th. And then, there we go. So, now we have one of the big boy one, right? Unless I'm mistaken. I might be. But we'll have to see. So, anyway. This, I feel like the Q is really good. I do like it. So, even the E applies too. And then we got one of the big buff. And, I mean, now we start reapplying the other ones. I don't know if it's like I don't know how long it lasts. I don't think it's long, is it? Huh. So I guess against bosses it's gonna be better for the buffs. But I mean that's fine. Or it's just when attacking. Is that how it works? Anyway, like pretty good. Not bad overall. The ult is gonna be important to see though. So I want to see if he has armor, because if so, we'll see if we break. I don't think we do, but I don't know what it meant by it though. By the passive. So it does not break. So I mean, I don't get it. So we're not going to be breaking at all with this team, which I don't really like. Not exactly the best if we're being honest, right? So we're going to apply this. We're going to go into Choi, get a bit of damage, a bit being quite a lot. And then go into him. So we do get our thing, bop bop, E. Okay, and then we ult. This should do a good amount of damage. He's one of the highest attack scaling ults in the game. It is pretty good. Okay, but there we go. And we'll slowly go over. So you see we are pretty much out of mana. So that's unfortunate. We do need more mana, right? That's for sure. Okay. So there we go. Bop, bop. And, you know, we'll be good to go. So we can't use Igris. Oh, we ran out of Shadow. Okay. Unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, we were showcasing for a while. So let's use Choi a bit more so that we could actually kind of be done. Please. Okay, so we're going to use Q, E. We're going to get him down to like 20%. Oh, this might be a bit more than 20. Is it? No, we should be down. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to go in. Bop. Now that's what stuns, but it didn't really stun him. Not really too sure why, but usually it would have. It is very strong when it is going to stun, right? I would love to show it, but, you know, the 4-second stun was not really showing itself. And I mean, we'll try to finish with the ult. There we go. That is Hwang Dongsoo, the GOAT. Also a character that I really hate in solo leveling, but it's fine. So yeah, oh, imagine it did the glitch at the last conceivable second. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you understand the units a bit more. It does take a while to showcase everyone, and I mean, yeah, I mean, 75-minute video, kind of crazy. Kinda crazy. Y'all better be liking this video. Like, subscribe. I will be doing a lot more solo leveling content because I just love the IP itself. But yeah, that's basically it. My favorite unit right now is Choi. His damage is just so fun. It's oh, A rank red gate with Jinwoo. That's crazy good. Can we sweep it? Oh no, we can't. Not for free. Anyway, that's gonna be very good. Anything else to do? I mean, in the codex, it's cool that I have all the SSR hunters all there. I don't know. I like that. And the red looks really good. We got 12 new artifacts that I did not have before in this video by doing everything. And there we go. Make sure y'all do... Why did it give it to me? Like, why do I need 115 daily points if the max is 100? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I wanted to get that to 115 just to, like, make myself happy. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace.